In this video, we will talk about how to write the results in a research paper. It is very important how you're going to present your results in a research paper, because writing is very important to deliver the message. In terms of the structure of a paragraph in the results section, we can summarize into 4 points. Normally, when you write a paragraph in the results section, you have a subtitle which emphasizes the most important finding or the story about this paragraph. You normally have an open sentence. Now you can find pretty often they put the method in the results, but very brief, to justify how these results was obtained. Then followed by the results. At the very end, you will have the conclusion. Therefore, normally you have 4 points. In the open sentence here, sometimes you can use the rationale why this study in this paragraph was done, or you can come up with the objective aim of this paragraph, or somehow you can use the extension to further the new from the old knowledge to the new knowledge. Here I'll just give you one example. The paper published in 2020 this year about a molecule which is nutrition routine. They use the sodium to bind to the routine, make it more increase bioavailability for the absorption. They use this to treat the Alzheimer's disease-like pathology via microglia to clear the amyloid beta. So this is one paragraph, the first paragraph actually, this paper about the results. And this is the subtitle for this paragraph. So each paragraph in this paper, they have a subtitle. And the subtitle here talking about the salt formation of a routine improves its water solubility and the bioavailability. So I have highlighted with 4 different colors here to show the green is the justification why this work is done. Then we have method section. I use the yellow, and results I use the red, and the conclusion I use the black to highlight. So if you see the first sentence from here to here, then this is to say previous study. Therefore, immediately this will tell you its justification why this work was done, because previously have shown the biological effect of routine but poor water solubility. This is justification really, not the results. Then they say they have used this method in the present study. They have used this method. Therefore, give you a very brief the method, how the results was generated. When you started to see here, this increased water improvement of water solubility caused a marked increase. Then increase is a typical verb for the results, or decrease, or increase, or inhibition, or stimulation. Then you have here, you have detected these results. Now here I want you to see this sentence from here to here. Now they detected this, then indicating that what they have detected with this new compound, with routine conjugated with sodium, and they saw the signal to detect the brain. This is indicating. Therefore, this is the results indicating is a conclusion or the significance. So this is not a result. Indicating could penetrate, and they didn't measure the penetration, but it's indicating. Therefore, this is not really the results. It's the significance. Then you say here, come to here, this sentence again. Then they started with the aim, actually, says to compare. Then they use this method with oral administration. Now here's the results. They saw a reduced A beta deposit. Therefore, it's a structure to justify why this work is done. Then very brief method, then present the results. This is a structure I want to explain. Now finally, this is the conclusion or significance explained. So this is how the one paragraph of results was written. So you can simply use one model, like you have the rationale method, and go for the results, then you have the conclusion. Or you can mix this in the middle. For example, here you have the whole one sentence. Within the one sentence, you have the results, then you have the conclusion. Now here you have your aim, this method, then conclusion. So this is how this is the structure flow. Therefore, if we summarize the structure and the way that you can write a paragraph in the results section, you can start with the open sentence, give a rationale, or you can start with objectives, or you say I want to extend an extension of previous old knowledge into new. Then you say to explore, for example. If you say rationale, you can say previous study. You can say we then asked whether this is based on previous study. Then we can ask whether, or you say on the basis of. This is about the rationale type of open sentence. You can use those phrase to leading to a sentence. You can use objectives way to open the sentence in the results paragraph. You say to elucidate, because you want to elucidate whether, or you want to demonstrate, or you want to further identify. This is a type of objective way to start, the aim to start, and then this is the way I say that I want to extend. In the method section, you could say very brief how this was measured, or use knockout model, or cell model, or mouse model, etc. The most commonly used verbs in the results is the decrease, or increase, or prevent. This is really the results. And in the conclusion, you may use suggesting or indicating. So this is a summary how you write a paragraph. Particularly, you got to be careful about the logic. So you start with this sentence, say, this suggests that enhanced complex formation may lead to. Clearly, when I'm saying may lead to, this is not the results. This is a conclusion sentence we had before. Clearly, this is a conclusion sentence at the very end of that paragraph. So as a conclusion sentence, if you remove may lead to, then it will read like this. This suggests that enhanced complex formation increased signaling as a part of the mechanism underlying the pathophysiology of schizophrenia. So this clearly cannot be a conclusion or significance sentence, because what you are saying is that this suggests increase. It suggests increase. It can't really suggest the increase. You can measure it as increase or decrease. But if for the may lead to, which make the meaning is very different. So you haven't done it. You suggest something might lead to. Example here, for example, to directly evaluate a physiological role of HDAC2 in brain, we applied 8 doses of HDAC2 antagonist on neurons, including this and this. As you can see, the first half doesn't really justify the later sentence, because we're talking about evaluate a physiological role. The role, then you say you tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 doses. Now this is to answer is a dose response. It's not the physiological role. Therefore, when you use some rationale or justification, they got to be talk to each other. So if they don't talk to each other, this is a wrong sentence. This is a very bad sentence. Here I have put a couple more examples using the highlight for you to rehearsal what I have just said, the type of verb that have used. For example, here and here and here suggests, etc. The increase or decrease, etc. This decrease has to be the results, so you can do some practice. Here is another one you can carefully read. Those are verbs that have used to improve the word selection for you to write a good paragraph of the results. Here's another one. In some paper, they will use this type of presentation, emphasize the statistics. For example, they use a two-way repeated measure reviewed. This is also fine, but today we do not see that often using this type of skills, like statistic language to present the results. But that's still frequently seen in the literature. I hope this will help you to write a good paragraph of results. Thank you.